What's up, Celtics fans? Big win for Boston last night, even the series at one game apiece. Before we break that down, look ahead to Game 3, I want to know, shout out your city or your state or your country. Let us know where you're watching from, trying to get a better feel for where our Celtics fans are located. I'll be reading the comments. Producer Jack will be reading the comments as he's our true Celtics fan here at Chat Sports. So let us know where you guys watching from. And with that being said, we'll jump on into today's show. Welcome into Boston Celtics Today. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Later on in the video, we'll take a look at keys to victory for Game 3, that critical Game 3, now that the series is tied at one game apiece, so stay tuned for that. But first, let's take a look at the first two games. We didn't have a video after Game 1, so we'll recap that one. We'll recap Game 2 as well. Obviously, that's the good stuff, so bear with us through the Game 1 recap, and then we'll take a look at Game number 3. But let's go back to the beginning of this series. Milwaukee took care of business in Boston, 101-89. Really, I thought the Bucks just hit the Celtics in the mouth, and Boston did not respond in that game, but they were able to in the second game. Giannis had a triple-double. Drew Holiday had a big game. You can't let both those guys go off. Bobby Portis with the double-double as well. And I think the big thing was Jaylen Brown really struggled in this opening game. You look at Giannis, he did what he does, right? 24, 13, and 12. He was even knocking down three-pointers for the Milwaukee Bucks as well. You expect him to get his. You can't have Drew Holiday average 25 in this series. That is what you cannot have, as he had 25, 5, and 9 for the Milwaukee Bucks. But still, even all that being said, you only gave up 101 points. It's just the offense was just troubling. Celtics got hit in that mouth in that first game, didn't respond. Marcus Smart was in and out of the game. Then he actually missed Game 2. We'll talk about that and his status as well. But like all great teams, Boston was able to respond in the second game, which we will take a look at here in just a little bit. Is Giannis too much to handle for Boston? Can they slow him down? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And, hey, just make it hard on him. You're talking about one of the best players in the world. No one's expecting for Boston to just shut him down. Now, Jayson Tatum was okay in the first game, not very efficient. 21, 6, and 6, though. But you need him to be better. You really need Jaylen Brown to be better than he was in Game 1. 12, 4, and 9. Did not shoot the ball well from the field at all at just over 30%. So those were a couple of things that really had to improve heading into Game 2. These two guys have to play well for Boston to beat this team 4 times. You need Brown and Tatum to combine for 50 on most nights. That's just what you're going to need. The defense was fine in Game 1. The offense was not. But that turned around in Game number 2. If you want to go bet on Game number 3, there's one place to do it. That is BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. You can bet on all individual games in the playoffs, plus some props as well. And you can bet on who you think is going to win the NBA Finals. The Celtics are tied for the third best odds right now. They're actually got better odds than Milwaukee, so take that for what it's worth. Maybe Vegas knows something we don't about who's going to win this series. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code CHAT125. If you bet on the Celtics to win the Finals, put $10 down. If they do win it, you would end up winning $45. All right, Game 2, 109-86. It was all Boston as the home crowd got into this one, and the Celtics took care of business. Another good game from Giannis, but not quite as big of a performance from Holiday and Bobby Portis. Giannis, 28, 7, and 9. Still big numbers, but under 41% from the field. I think you'll live with that. Jayson Tatum came up big, 50% from the floor, 29 points. 8 assists, 3 rebounds. The big two showed up, right? Jaylen Brown gave you a 30-piece after 12 in Game 1. He was very efficient at over 60% from the floor. 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Again, if Brown and Tatum combine for 50, 55, 60 points, they're going to be tough to beat because Boston's a damn good defensive team. To hold Milwaukee to 86 points is really, really impressive. They responded. Like I said, all good teams respond after a loss in the playoffs. Really, that's the goal of the postseason. Don't lose 2 in a row. If you do that, if you can avoid losing 2 in a row, you pretty much are going to win every series in most cases, unless you alternate every single game in a series and you lose in 7. But even then, you're getting to the last game with a chance. So big response for Boston. I liked what I saw. Ime Udoka made some adjustments, so that was all very nice to see. 10,000 subs, that's our goal, so subscribe now for the latest Celtics news and rumors. Plus, hit that big red button and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10K ASAP. Let's get to 9,000 first. Slowly but surely we will get there. 10,000 is kind of a big milestone. Once we get there, we can do more videos. So spread the word. Share the link below. It's youtube.com/CelticsTV. You're watching Celtics Today by Chat Sports. Let's take a look at some Game 3 keys to victory for your Boston Celtics as they gear up for Game number 3 in Milwaukee. Split at home. Now you go to Milwaukee for a pair. Saturday at 3:30 Eastern up in Wisconsin. Bucks an early 3-point favorite. Total over-under at 213. So, 110 to 105, somewhere in that range would be about right. 108, 105 is kind of what Vegas is looking at there. Tight, fairly low-scoring game in the low 100s. My 3 keys to victory are as follows. Number 1, get physical with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You're not going to stop him, but can you slow him down? Can you get him frustrated? Take some fouls on him if you need to. He's not a great free throw shooter. Make it challenging. Piss him off. Do all of those things. Get in his headspace if you can. It's hard to do. The guy's, an MVP and a champion for a reason, but if you can make it tough on him, make him compete, make him make tough shots, it gives you a chance to win this game. Number 2, let Jayson Tatum cook. He didn't play great in Game 1, played much better in Game 2. He needs to be the alpha male on this offense. Obviously, Jaylen Brown's his running mate. He can go for 25 or 30 as well. But, hey, if Tatum has a 40-piece at some point in the playoffs, why not Game 3? Let's let him go to work up in Milwaukee. And then number 3, set the tone on the road. And what does that mean? It means dig in defensively early. Be physical, kind of going back to point 1. When you're on the road, your number 1 goal is to take the crowd out of it. So you need to start fast, set the tone, bring the energy to Milwaukee. I think good road teams do that, and we'll see if Boston is able to do that as well. Now let's talk about Marcus Smart, as he obviously will factor in to this series. Didn't play in Game 2 with the thigh contusion. Had that shoulder issue pop up in Game 1. But with the 3 days off, Ime Udoka said he expects Smart to return to the floor for Game 3 on Saturday. Hopefully that is the case because, again, you want to talk about setting the tone. Marcus Smart is a tone setter. He can bring the energy. He can bring all of that stuff, the edge, the intensity, whatever adjective you want to fill in there. Marcus Smart can do just that. Who's going to win this series? We're tied at 1. Type C for the Celtics, Type B for the Bucks. Let us know, and we'll see you next time here on Celtics Today.